Here we go. The Pokémon League. Stubdo! Lewis. Why am I not surprised? Well, this is our final battle against our rival, Lewis, and he is actually a pretty decent threat. He leads off with Staraptor, which has Intimidate, cutting Starsky's attack for the rest of the battle. Now, that's not a gigantic disadvantage, considering I have about 30 levels on all of his Pokemon. However, it's still a bit of a crutch. Staraptor here has U-turn, which is allows him to switch out, but still inflict damage. And that's pretty much ideal for a fast scouter kind of Pokemon like Staraptor. He also has a Heracross, which is pretty strong if he doesn't have a 4 times weakness to flying, which he does, so yeah, one Aerial Ace and Heracross is down. If you don't have a flying move, well, just hit him with a fire move or something. He's not exactly durable. Staraptor's back out, and this time I think I can finish him off with a nice move. Unfortunately, this second coming in cuts Starsky's attack down another level, which is basically the equivalent of using a Charm on Starsky. And that's unfortunate, because that's an annoying crutch for the rest of the battle. Staraptor goes down, and out comes Rapidash. Rapidash is incredibly fast. Just, watch this. Yeah. If that Rapidash had been a couple levels higher, it actually would have outsped Starsky. Rapidash has Bounce. I'm not sure if that's a normal or a flying move, but it's essentially a fly ripoff. And it's not very useful, not many Pokemon get it. So I'll just take that opportunity to get in double team, since I can't actually attack it while it's in the air. And then taken down by another return. Hooray. Rapidash is actually a pretty decent threat if you have a Pokemon that's weak to it. Next up is the Snorlax, the evolved form of that Munchlax that was so useless before. Now, Snorlax here is actually a major pain. It's got a large amount of HP, mega defense, and rest to top it all off. Snorlax was basically the king of the Gold and Silver era, and it's still a decent threat nowadays. Since it's just gonna try to sleep a lot, I'm gonna use this opportunity to get a couple double teams up. Whew. Hey, look at that mug, it's just ugly. You know, a lot of other Snorlax sprites are kinda cute almost, but I think they just made Snorlax look kinda ugly in this one. Nah, maybe I'm nitpicking. So now I got a couple double teams up, and Snorlax ought to be waking up right there. And one thing about rest is that you can't use it if you're at full health. So if you like paralyze a Pokemon at full health, it can't rest it away. And then Crunch. Crunch is actually a pretty strong move. It's 80 power physical dark move, so it's actually pretty useful on a lot of teams. Now let's see, how many double teams is that? Enough double teams, I guess. So since I don't want to use a bunch of returns on Snorlax here, I'm gonna do Aerial Aces. At least for now. Since I did inflict damage on it, the rest will put Snorlax to sleep. And, basically, those 2 attack cuts are really coming into play here. I might be able to make this into 3 KO if Staraptor hadn't gotten 2 Intimidates in. So returns now, pack a bit more punch than Aerial Ace. Especially, yeah. So basically, hopefully this will be able to outspeed Snorlax so it won't be able to rest away any damage I've gotten onto him. major tactics going on here. That's good, he missed. And yes, he didn't use a full restore or anything like that. And since he's so low in health, I don't need to use another return to ensure him going down. Next up, Rose Raid. Very cool, very awesome, but unfortunately very fragile, especially against Aerial Ace. So, let's see, is this a one-hit KO? Is it? We shall see. No, thanks to the Intimidates, it is not a one-hit KO. But thanks to the double teams, it can't do anything to touch me. Alright. But since I don't want to risk anything, I'm gonna go ahead and use Hyper Potion on Starsky. Just, especially with Empoleon coming up. That can really pack a punch if it hits. And there we go. Rose Raid goes down without too much of a fight. And that just leaves one Pokemon. One and only one. Empoleon, the Lewis's starter Pokemon, a Water Steel Penguin, and very, very difficult Pokemon to take down. Whew. Look at that. The full power return with the 2 Intimidates only does that much. That's not even a 4KO. This is like Steelix all over again. This is actually pretty difficult, especially since it has Aerial Ace, which pretty much goes through all the double teams that Starsky is stacked up. Luckily, it doesn't get any stab, and the level difference makes the damage a lot less significant. Brine there will do double damage if the opponent is under half health, so basically if it's yellow or red, it will do double damage. Hopefully that doesn't come into play. It's very annoying if it does come into play, which it can. But since it's so risky, it's not really used on typical metagame teams. Now, is this... Yes, can we do it? Can we do it? Yes, we did it! Empoleon is down, Lewis is down, our rival has been defeated for the last time. He's down. And a level up to boot. Isn't that just wonderful? Yeah, you still need raising. And he does raise his team, actually. He gets a stronger team after you beat the Elite Four, and after you beat it, I think, 20 times, he'll upgrade that team. But that's about as far as he goes. And he's strong. He actually does get pretty strong. And now, last minute shopping spree. Not at that one, that's the ball desk. Now watch this, watch this. Bam. 99 Hyper Potions. And that only costs about a third of my life savings. Now, full heals. 99 of those as well. Only costs another quarter of the remaining life savings. Now, heal up Starsky. And after that, we will show our awesomeness to that guy. The guy in front of the door, basically. There's one in every game. So let's see. What are we doing here? We're giving Starsky a little encouragement. Really, more of a prize than encouragement. 2 rare candies that I have come across in our travels. Basically, giving Starsky a little boost before he goes up against the Elite Four. And he's gonna need that boost. Elite Four is actually pretty tough this time around. It's not as tough as, say, the Kanto Round 2, but still pretty tough. And you're gonna see that next week on Elite Week. I'll see you then.